In this tutorial, you will learn how to create and distribute a self-grading assessment on the iPad. First, you will select the plus sign in the upper right corner. Choose Add Assessment. Next, select a location or locations that you want a copy of this assessment to go. We recommend copying to My File so that you will have access to this assessment year after year. Provide a name for your assessment. Be as specific as possible to prevent confusion for you or your students. Optionally enter instructions for the assessment. Perhaps you'd like to provide information about where study materials are or special guidelines for the assessment. Additionally, you can provide a web address to any website within the instructions field. Set your due date and due time that the assessment should be completed by. And finally, determine whether you want to allow late turn-in. If this is more of a homework assessment, you may want to allow late turn-in. After making all necessary changes and adjustments, tap Save. Locate your new assessment folder and tap the name to open the assessment page. Tap the Create Assessment button to launch the assessment generator. First, you will adjust your assessment settings. Allow one or multiple attempts. Shuffle the order of questions so the quiz is not in the same order for multiple attempts. Allow students to revisit previously answered questions. Allow students to skip questions without answering. Optionally turn on single app mode if you want to lock your students in the assessment during their attempt. Adjust your feedback settings. You may provide scoring and feedback immediately after each question is answered. You may also provide scoring and feedback after the student submits the completed assessment. You may disable feedback initially and then re-enable it so that the students can receive scoring and feedback when you are ready to release that information. Provide general feedback for all students to view after submitting the assessment, regardless of the score. Tap the Next button at the bottom of the page to move over to the Questions page. Select the Add Question drop-down to select your question type. Multiple choice, true, false, yes, no, completion fill in the blank, or essay free response. Select any of the question types to begin building your question. First, set the point value for the question. You may set a different value for each question in your assessment. Determine if the question is a bonus question. An incorrect response will not affect the score. Next, add your question content. Provide your choices information. Determine if you'd like to shuffle the order of your answer choices. Probably set to off if you have all of the above or none of the above as an option. Allow multiple choices to be selected if students are choosing all correct responses from the list. Enter your answer choices. And for the correct response or responses, switch the red button to green by tapping it. Provide feedback for each individual response, or add additional answer choices. Enter questions feedback that all students will see regardless of their answer choice. This would be a great place to direct the students to a website or page number that has more information about the question. When you have this question set up correctly, press Save at the bottom left. Add as many questions as needed to complete your assessment, then tap the Close button in the upper right corner. See our Import Blackboard Questions video to learn how to import questions into your assessment. Next, switch the Allow Taking Assessment toggle to Yes located on the right side of the screen. Until this is switched to Yes, your students will see the assessment page, but they will be unable to take the assessment. See our Taking Assessment video to see how students can take the assessment, or our Viewing Assessment Results video to learn how to view student results.